Hello, this is National Be a Celebrity Day, and today the sun is going to revolve around you, and that means if today's not convenient for you to be a celebrity, pick another day because the sun revolves around you. First and foremost, you are now a political expert, and you can voice your opinions. They must be heard, and you do lead the country. You'll have numerous homes like this all around the world, and you won't have any of these homes in areas where they might have what you would consider normal people. So yes, you're all in favor of opening the borders. It's not going to impact you in any way because you live with security and in these very privileged communities, separated from the masses, and one goal only, and that's fame. And you're going to do whatever you need to do to achieve that. Maybe Johnny Depp puts it the best. You just do what you have to do for you, because remember, the sun does revolve around you. But wait, you say, I know plenty of examples where this hasn't worked out too well. In fact, there may be a lot more things we don't know because we are fed the illusion. I don't want to be that kind of celebrity. So let me mention another kind of celebrity you could be, not just for this day, but for each day. You could decide to have direct contact to your own inner guidance. With that access, you could be an influential person, an important person, according to definitions online, a person whose actions and opinions strongly influence the course of events. But you can only do this by looking inside, not by looking outside. This is your true freedom. But this is going to take some work, and it's going to take some study, because what you're going to start doing once you have your inner guidance is applying logic. Logic actually may be the first step in your tune-up. And what's going to happen is you will start to recognize patterns of information that aren't logical, and you'll say, this is disinformation. You may begin by reading articles. You'll be sharpening your mind, but as this proceeds, you will begin to recognize logical inconsistencies, and you'll say, please offer evidence. But wait, you might say at this point, you're working with a form of software, a quantum software that works to clear patterns of stress. Where's our evidence that any of that actually works? How do we use our logical mind for that? Same thing, you research, because so many people actually close their minds to this before they even do their own research. That's what it takes for everything. There is no shortcut. You'll come to realize that it's actually impossible for anybody to teach you anything. It's your own application of information. You may come to a point where you actually want to learn something new every day, because that is what's bringing you the power to discern your own inner guidance. In fact, you may even be able to reclaim the hijacked brain. So we're going to make our theme today for the energy group awareness, because with awareness you then have thoughts, and with thoughts you can actually change the world. It's not necessarily, we like to go the easy way, mind over matter. This isn't necessarily the easy way. You're devoting some time to this. You've joined this group, for example. You're doing some study, you're doing your own research, but there is a force, and behind that force is the conscious mind that is aware. And what this means is we're all celebrities. Every human being is equally power, and the others didn't gain power, they took ours. We're in the process of recovering from this, and as we do that, there can be more harmony in the world. And that's kind of what we're working with on our own level in a very basic way. So just consider, as we do this session today, what would happen if we all developed the power of our mind and didn't have to depend on outside sources for whatever information might be designed to manipulate our minds. So let's get started here. Let's just go ahead and get that theme in of awareness. Now, you know that this software scans the etheric field, which is our blueprint. This is not the physical body, but the blueprint actually produces the body. It's not the other way around, which so many people misunderstand. We're peeling away layers of resistance. And let's just take a scan here, look rather at the scan. Okay, option selected, ego. Isn't that interesting? Excessive wind, which in this case, since this is virtual Qigong, this is speaking in terms of moving pathogens. Stomach chakra, nervous, kidneys. And we talked yesterday about kidneys. That's your Jing, that's your battery. Main meridians, metal correction. Okay, compensation. So what are we getting out of this? Well, our emotion, crushed. Stress factor, again, ego. Words to ponder. Dad, can you do my homework for me? No, I'm sorry. It wouldn't be right. Well, maybe not, but give it a try anyway. And this again, how has the entertainment industry conditioned us as far as our ethics and morality? I can't answer that question. You have to look up for yourself. Do your own research. Put things together. Manic, exhilaration. Do we live for that? Do we think that's the way every day is supposed to be? Repetitive, unwanted thoughts. When we see some of the things the entertainment industry has to offer and these things are repeated, does that alter our own perceptions? Do we just want to be safe and keep going the way we're going? Are we handling life's events? These are, and then resistance factor, ears. Do we even want to hear any of this? So let's go through the dowsing application, and those of you in the energy group know that what we're doing here is looking for chronic patterns of stress. And because everything in the universe is actually numerical, everything is a frequency which can be measured, we can actually go in and get a number for these different things that come up in our scan and say, is this something just flowing through? Is this mass consciousness? Is this me? Is this new? Has it been with me for a while? And of course, we're working with a group, but let's look just as a group at where our awareness might lie. And this time, instead of looking at the maximum value only, we're going to look at the now as well. All right, look at this group. Look at that, 98%. Whoa. And while we're at it, let's just put in Jing and see where we are today. Let's go ahead and enhance that a little. We can take all the Jing we can get. And while that goes, look at our option selected, which is ego. Now, the way ego has been defined to me, and it makes a lot of sense, we operate as biological computers. And every computer has to have an operator. The operator is the ego. And one of the things that happens with awareness is the ego may step in and say, hey, wait, this can't be right. These things you're learning about the world, this can't be right, because you know you've had downloads all your life about information that is the opposite. So what happens is the ego kicks up. Let's see where we are with this. Well, let me copy it again. So that's still, we are still working with that. The number's pretty low over here, but we're still working with ego-related stress. So let's just go ahead and put that, the Shin and the Neigong invert subtle patterns of stress. So let's just put in here ego-related patterns of stress. Okay, excessive when, we're not talking about being a blowhard. We're saying that if we have a low-grade infection or anything that has reduced our energy or life force, of course, we're just going to be getting by. We don't really have a lot of energy to do our research and do our soul search. And again, that's a chronic stress. So let's put that one in the Neigong. And there's no question that our environment offers some stress. Now, what happens when you do this kind of work, and your research may explain this better than I can explain it on something like this, but as patterns of stress are cleared, what they call voltage goes up. Remember, all this energy is measurable. It's measured in megahertz, as I understand it. I'm no physicist myself. But what happens as voltage goes up, we simply do not dial in or resonate with some of these factors. Now, let's look at the posterior stomach chakra, and you might get an idea of the significance of the chakra system if you studied Dr. Bruce Lipton, for example, or read his book, A Biology of Belief. All right, so we're, look there, 102. So that was just passing through. That is something that apparently does not need any more focus at this moment in time. And that's the other thing. This is all real time. So system, nervous. Let's just look at that. All right, again, let's clear that. No question that there does seem to be some nervousness at first when you begin to do your own research and learn a few things that kind of throw you off. Kidney, our battery, our gene. Let's look at that. Okay, again, numbers are improving for the group. Main meridians. We're doing virtual Qigong, and just about any Qigong master will tell you that as you clear energy flow, your body can handle just about anything. So let's look. All right, we're moving up there. Metal correction. Metal correction involves lungs, large intestine, and skin, and we ask a lot for a metal correction. And again, there's some stress. And so we have some extra tools with this software. Let me just demonstrate. We have something known as the Pro Tools. And so we're going to go in and see which Pro Tool might help relieve the stress of metal correction necessary. That's right here. I'm going to demonstrate that. So let's go ahead and put in here metal correction. And then for the area, let's just go ahead and put large intestine, skin, lungs. Because we have been in our scans mentioning metal correction a number of times. And again, this is all subtle, it's all etheric, but when something is repeated, it gains significance. So let's just, I'm going to put it on pause for a moment and do the scan. Okay, let's see what we have. Okay, we have a number of requests here. We already are in the premium window, so we're asking for soul imaging, elemental scanner, sustenance balancer, and the mediator. Let's go ahead and start with the soul imaging. Now this is a Qigong technique that we have put into a software form. And what this does is it's going, first of all, it's connecting to those in the group. You see this searching for permission on an unconscious level. We're being scanned to see if this is okay. Can we proceed? So we can proceed. Of course, this group is used to receiving energy every day. So we're going to now clear the connection. And it appears there are 3 issues. We have resistance, we have defense mechanisms, there's general negativity. This is giving all numbers in reference to that. And now look, this has just gone way up. Now defense mechanisms 11, general negativity 15. And so now we're ready to auto search. And unfortunately, this screencast would take forever if I were going to go through this entire program. In fact, this may go off and on throughout the day, because with the group I come in and very often continue the work if I'm at my desk and have the software in front of me. So you can see what's happening though. We're looking for repairing energetically switches that have restricted these core emotions that have perhaps caused them not to serve. And there's the first one, galvanized. So there's some stress to that one, and unfortunately, like I said, we can't just sit here and watch it because we'd get nothing else done. But this is work that's being done with the etheric field. And then we have the elemental scanner. So again, let's just put in the issue, which is metal element, and let's put negative. We'll go ahead and start this scan, and this is literally scanning. Here's our Jing in there, Shin, essence. So you're going to see, and by the way, the Jing is more focused on matter, the Shin is more focused on the energy, as I understand. So let's let this go for a bit. We'll take a quick look again at the soul program, and we see we're working now for an imbalance in the term pain. And this is the sustenance balancer. So again, let's just go ahead and pick the category, all that stuff. So that just includes whatever needs to be included. This would be our water, our food, any medications, any supplements, etc. Just quickly, let's look. We've got yin heal stress, skin stress, vertebrae stress, again some skin related, skin meridians, and small intestine. And you see the greens up here, so the stress is much more yang. We really don't have any measurement of yin stress at this point, so we're going to just balance this. We'll take another quick peek at the soul program, and we see now there is stress related to the word attentive, and now we have sparkling. These are just terms that switches have been perhaps not functioning correctly in reference to. Finally, we have the mediator, and I like to use the mediator just in the case of the group, mediating us against us. In the case of my own personal work, me against me, because we are creating. So it might be interesting. Let's just put in here pro, and the con automatically comes up. Let's just put it up to a level of 10. And do we really want awareness? Can we take it? Let's see. Okay, we actually measure lower over here than we do for just wanting to stay in the dark. Let's just balance this and see what we have. Software is going to be based on logic, which is one reason it can be so informative. So we're going to get the facts here. Of course, it is real time, and we are working with the etheric field. But our thoughts have a great impact, obviously, on this field. So we're going to see where we are at this moment in time. All right, it's close, but we actually don't want too much awareness. So let's just go ahead, and again, this is another one I'll go back and forth with today. You can see with the elemental scanner, our scan has been set and the time has been set automatically. And the stress at this moment in time, here's our metal element, that looks fairly balanced. The wood element appears, and also Jing. So let's just do our 2 minutes. So to finish this up, because it's already over 20 minutes, I went ahead and dowsed the mental emotional as well. And here's what we ended up with. In the Shin, we're working to clear stress related to the ego, nervousness. Crushed came up, and repetitive unwanted thoughts. In the Neigong, which is more physical as far as inverting patterns of stress, excessive wind. Let's get that started. And then for the charger, let's go ahead and do a little ear charge. And that is it for today. You are on your way to being a very important person, a person who has direct access to their own consciousness. And thank you so much for joining me in this journey.